I don't think I've been this happy my entire life. Othello and I are finally married. It seems like it was so long ago when we first began to get to know each other, and he would tell me stories of his travels as general. Now we are husband and wife. I just wish we didn't have to elope and go behind my father's back. I love him very much, so it hurts me dearly that he was so angry and even tried to get Othello arrested. I had to tell my father, I am hitherto your daughter, but here's my husband, and so much duty as my mother to you, preferring you before her father, so much I challenge that I may profess due to the more my lord. I wish my father didn't feel the need to disown me, but I am with Othello now. We are two halves of one whole, which is why I am to go with him to Cyprus. We leave tomorrow, but on different ships. I will be on a ship with Iago, Othello's ensign, so I should be in good hands. We have set sail for Cyprus. I wasn't expecting there to be a storm, especially not one this violent. The sea was so rocky and the wind was strong. Fortunately, we arrive on shore safe and sound. I was greeted by Michael Cassio, Othello's lieutenant. He tells me he and Othello were separated. Hopefully he gets here soon. Iago and his wife Amelia arrive. Iago then started talking pure nonsense. He said all women were all the same. We all act like saints, but we act like devils when people offend us. That we aren't good housewives, we're only good in bed. This made me so angry. Iago and others may think I am just the quiet general's wife, but I'm not, and I can defend myself when I have to. His thoughts on women disgust me. I told him, oh, heavy ignorance, oh, most lame and impotent conclusion. Thankfully, I didn't have time to dwindle on these thoughts, because my beloved arrived. I could finally be at ease again knowing that Othello is safe. I can't wait for us to finally have our wedding night. There's going to be a feast celebrating the destruction of the Turkish army. But Othello is putting Cassio in charge so we can spend time together. We go to bed and I'm awoken by screaming. I come out to find that Cassio has gotten into a drunken fight, so Othello takes away his position as second in command. I've never seen Othello this angry before. It was very scary. I hope I never have to see him like that again. It makes me very sad that Cassio lost his position as lieutenant. He is a kind-hearted man that treats me with respect, which is why when he came to me asking for help getting his position back, I couldn't refuse. I swore with Amelia as my witness that I would do all I could to help Cassio. If I do vow a friendship, I'll perform it to the last article. My lord shall never rest. I'll watch him tame and talk him out of patience. In the middle of our conversation, my husband arrived, so Cassio left. In that moment, I begged my husband to forgive Cassio. He truly cares for my husband and wants what's best for him. That was clear when he helped Othello and I build our relationship. I reminded him of this, and he said he'd only think about it. Othello asked to speak to Iago alone, so Amelia and I left, but the most peculiar thing happened when we returned. My husband was acting very strange. He said he had a headache, so I tried wrapping his head with my handkerchief, but he refused. That was very odd behavior for him, but I just brushed it off. It wasn't until I went looking for Cassio with Amelia that I realized my handkerchief was gone. Of course, Othello then asked me for it, and I had to admit that I lost it. He was very angry because he had given me that handkerchief. I ignored it and asked him once more to forgive Cassio, which made him even angrier. He was so upset that he stormed off. Cassio finally came along with Iago and pleaded with me again to help him get Othello's good side once more. I explained the situation to him, and Iago said he would talk to him. Amelia tells me he is showing the signs of a jealous man, but I just don't see it. I give him no reasons to be jealous. Heaven keep the monster from Othello's mind. My cousin Lodovico, a member of Venice's diplomatic service, has come to Cyprus. We met with Othello, and Lodovico asked him about Cassio. I explained what happened and how unfortunate it was, which made Othello angry. It got out of hand when I said I was happy that Cassio was to be appointed governor of Cyprus. Othello has the nerve to strike me. Not just that, but in public. I was so humiliated and angry that I had to get out of there. I was spending time alone when Amelia came and took me to Othello. He didn't even apologize. He just asked me if I was unfaithful. I asked him, alas, what ignorant sin have I committed? By heaven, you do me wrong. He left, and I couldn't help but weep out of frustration. I spoke with Amelia and Iago, and she suspects somebody is planting ideas in Othello's head. I'm so frustrated, the tears won't stop. I implore Iago, good friend, go to him by this light of heaven. I know not how I lost him. I tried speaking to Othello once more, but he sent me to bed. I'm still upset, but my love doth so prove him that even his stubbornness, his checks, his frowns, prithee unpin me, have grace and favor. I am awoken by Othello, standing over me in a very menacing way. He asks if I have any sin I must confess, but I know in my heart that I've done nothing wrong. He is scaring me more than he has ever before. He has a strange look in his eye and is talking about killing me. He accuses me of cheating on him with Cassio. He says I gave him the handkerchief that I had simply misplaced. I never did offend you in my life, never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I near gave him a token, I say. He has gone mad. He won't listen to a word I have to say. Oh, banish me, my lord, but kill me not, I implore. The closer he draws near, the more my fear and panic grow. Down, strumpet, it is too late are the last words my husband ever speaks to me. In the blink of an eye he is smothering me, and I know this is the end. I feel my body shutting down. I begin to slowly fade away.